Hi, this is Zak Mir with the major markets review here at Zak's Traders Cafe for Tuesday, the 2nd of September, just splitting up the indices and Bitcoin, etc., with the small cap stocks because they're not really, don't really go together. Starting off with the FTSE 100, and here you can see that we've broken down through that June support line there, 91.80. Below that, on an end of day close basis, we're looking at the 50-day moving average, 90.42, and then the initial August support there, which was 90.27, so that zone towards 90.30. The RSI still above neutral 50, but we've broken that support line, as was noted the start of the week, and I think on Friday as well. And below that, we've got a chance of maybe a more sustained pullback. I did also suggest previously that when we are 500-600 points above the 200-day moving average historically, that's been the cue for a breakdown. We had that back in February, where the 200-day line was at 8,300 and the peak there was around 8,900. And obviously after that, we had the tariff debacle. And if you look back on the chart, you can see at other points historically, we also have that kind of overshoot in terms of the 200-day line and the market itself. So, for instance, that time back in 2009 when we were all young. But the current situation is that, barring an end of day close back above 91.80, which would lead back to the highs, we are looking at a move towards 9,000. Moving on to the DAX, and here you can see that we've also had a bit of a negative development here. We've actually fallen below that support line that we were hoping that would keep this market going in terms of the upside. The level in question there around 23,000, not what call it 24,000, in fact, just below the 50-day moving average, and that means that we are preparing ourselves in the brace position for a test of August support there at 23,400, or just below that, in fact. Looking at that over the next few days, RSI failure below neutral 50 as well, so that's a proper sell signal from the RSI. And hopefully, though, the worst we'll have is a test of August support. Worst case is obviously the June support area, 23,000 at the moment. Onto the Dow, which has been asleep for the last few days. And here we are probably braced for a decline here back down towards the 45,000 level. Was actually quite a great breakout above 45,000. Looking for the top of the channel there from May last year, 47,700 by the end of probably next month now. Ideally, we stay above the 50-day moving average at the 44,400 level in the meantime. So that wouldn't sort of completely destroy the bull scenario for this market. Moving on to Bitcoin, and here you can see that it's still a bit of a struggle, but a struggle in the right place, a struggle at the floor of that rising trend channel from the end of February. Also got a bit of a bounce in the RSI window, so bouncing at that support line there, which has been in place since April. Still looking for a proper end of day close through 110,000 to give us a move up to the 50-day line, 116,000 basically. Surprising, obviously, that it's a bit of a snide remark, but surprising that with all those Bitcoin treasury companies buying Bitcoin, the market here has actually managed to fall at all. If we do break back below 107, we've got the old July support there, 105. Worst case at the moment is a test required of the 200-day line, 101. The other point to note is that if you are a fan of this market, you're looking for the RSI to get above neutral 50 to prove that we are actually back in bull mode rather than still trying to find a floor. Moving on to Ethereum, and here you can see that we are just about trying to stay within that rising trend channel from the beginning of July. You could argue, I suppose, exactly where that floor of that channel is, but assuming that we're still in it around 43.50, we still have the chance of a move up to 5,500 at the top of that red channel there. And we could hopefully get that by the end of next month. The block at the moment seems to be a 2-day block at 4,500, but at least the RSI has bounced at neutral 50. So if you are keen on this market, then you would already have your signal, and you wouldn't have to wait for 4,500 to be broken on an end of day close basis to look for the next move to the upside. Still the feeling there slightly that there is a bit of a switch from out of Bitcoin into Ethereum by the smart money, or the money that says it is smart. Finishing off with gold in the major markets, and here you can see that we've got decent breakout, a proper breakout here with the market peaking towards 34.90. Obviously, this is a bit of an old chart, but top of the chart there, 3,800. We're looking for that by the end of next month, and I suppose in our dreams we might be looking for that by the end of this month. But proper breakout there after several months of a consolidation, and at least while we're above the floor of that channel there, and the 50-day moving average 33.50, looking for 3,800 on gold. That's it for me today. More major markets tomorrow.